Moving on to Vault 4, Vault 4 is one of the rare cases where Vault-Tec's experiment wasn't even hidden in the fine print. The Fallout Wiki states the Vault's experiments were publicly revealed in advertisements and orientation videos, which described it as a society governed by scientists living and working there full time. And before the Great War, researchers Lloyd and Cassandra Hawthorne and their family, along with other volunteers, go into the vault. Lloyd later becomes overseer after the bombs fall, but once the vault is sealed, Vault 4 becomes what happens when you give a closed society to people with total authority. No real limits on what they're allowed to do, basically. And according to the wiki, governance by scientists leads to unrestricted research, including human testing. The scientists lure wastelanders into the vault and subject them to mutation experiments, including hybridizing humans with radiation-resistant species. And the article specifically links this to the creatures like gulpers. So eventually these victims basically rebel, and the rebellion isn't just, they took over the atrium. The wiki describes them unleashing the mutated victims on the scientists. The Hawthorns tried to barricade themselves outside the specimen lab, and the gulpers break through and eat them alive. But here's the twist. After that, the former test subjects don't keep the vault as a torture lab, they flip its purpose. They establish a democratic system, accept refugees from the surface, and maintain the vault with foraging parties. Victims who can't be cured are placed in stasis pods on level 12, waiting for a future cure that may never come. But over the generations, hereditary genetic damage causes random mutations among residents, extra features, glowing eyes, and the vault develops its own culture around trauma and memory, including rituals performed in the atrium, especially after major tragedies like Shady Sands. Vault 4 is basically Fallout's nightmare question. If science is the best system, what happens when people doing the science stop seeing anyone as human, which is pretty much just Vault-Tec as a corporation, which, if you couldn't tell already.